Oh, wait.
It's fine. Welcome back to Be Positive, Be Patient, Be Petty with Anna Lanche, Survivor After Show for Lethal Lagoon. Lethal Lagoon. We are back once more with Truly. Truly, tell me how you got to where you are right now.
Well, Caroline got me back in with the little chip thing, whatever that was. So I was back in. And then I got back in right when they merged. And so that was rough because that was the very confusing vote that no one knew what was going on. And I especially didn't know what was going on because I had been out of the game for so long. So that was when, was that the one that then that was the whole Caroline Matthew tie. And after that happened, once Seth got out, I knew it was just downhill from there. And then eventually I got out, and here I am.
What allies did you have since the very start of the game?
I guess kind of Caroline, and then Ani was on my first tribe, and so we kind of clicked and we stayed, and then when we changed tribes, we were still on the same tribe again. So kind of her too, and then once we got to the new tribes, it was us three, and then Seth and Miss Dee Dee. So that was kind of like my main people.
So did you have any allies that you made when you came back in?
I just went back to the same people because they were all still in there.
Right, that's what I figured. So, did you have anyone that you knew was pitted against you? Like an enemy, per se?
No. Not.
Who is your winner pick now? After all this time?
I don't even know who's still in there. Well, Caroline. Caroline's still in there. I want her to win, but I don't really know what's happening. I feel like the majority is on the other side. I don't know.
Anything you would like to say?
No, I don't think so. I'm just still very confused. Like, I still don't really know what was happening at any point. So I don't know who was like against me or anything. So I don't know who to be towards.
Alright. Okay, and my last question to wrap this all up. What is the biggest bird you would be afraid of?
Okay. I actually have
Yes.
definitely
Yes, for sure.
an emu, because one time my family and I went to this zoo that you drive through, and we had little bags in the car, and this little emu came and like we were just feeding it all happily. We were like, yeah, here you go, like you can have some. Well, that wasn't satisfying it, so it stuck its long head in our car and took the entire bag. It was like its head was like right here, and I was like, ooh, and it was like, and then it just like ran away. And so that was a really traumatizing experience for a 7-year-old. So I'd say I'm pretty terrified of emus.
I'm really glad that is this thing that happened to you, not because it was traumatizing, but because now you have a story to tell. Thank you so much for that.
No problem.
And I'm sorry you had to make a return to my exit interview. I hate interviewing people twice. I feel so bad. Okay, this has been Be Positive, Be Patient, Be Betty. Then Lanche and Truly Juno signing out. Got it. So Patty, I hear from you that you're bitter. And
Pretty bitter.
I have questions, but I think I just want you to spill.
All right.
Honestly.
Okay. Basically, the whole game wasn't how I felt like it should be. I don't know, I feel like it's really largely due to the people that dropped out right before, because Taylor said he had a large amount of people drop out before, so he had to pull people who, I mean, let's be real, Dee Dee and Matthew are going to go far. One of them is going to be top 3 at least, just because they know everybody. I knew 0 people, so every time I tried to get closer with one of the guys, it never worked. I could not buy a Final 2 deal. I offered a Final 2 deal to one person at Ryan, like 4 separate times, and he was like the one guy. I was like, I need to work with this person. And at some point he was like, I'm kind of interested in getting on Matthew. And I was like, great, that's good, because then me and you can go far. Little did I know that he decided to switch not tell me about it. And then when I went to go talk to Miss Didi, I said very little. I gave away little of what I was doing, but I did say that I was gonna vote with Matthew's side. Ryan lied and told both sides he was gonna vote with them, then voted with Didi's side, then flipped on the revote. So I don't know who flipped again. And then I got persecuted for being loyal. That's basically sums up my game, I would say, pretty well.
Sometimes that's how it happens.
And like, I was like really passionate about how I stayed true to my word with Matthew, but apparently that backfired because it made me look like I lied. And I don't know how y'all lie, but if I was gonna lie, I would not try as hard. I would try to make it seem like I didn't care. But, do you have any questions?
I do. What do you think that you could have done to possibly have saved yourself now?
I should have voted out Matthew. I should have voted out Matthew to not even give Ryan the option of having Matthew. And I thought about that a lot, but I didn't know Matthew was Didi's target. If Didi, Ryan, anybody would have told me that Matthew was the target, because I thought it was me. So I was like, let me stand strong with my alliance, so that way, if it's me, they'll back me up. I had no idea it was Matthew. And then I was the first to vote on the revote, so I didn't have any time to even think. So I just was like, don't change your vote, because then you look really wishy-washy. And it's just kind of like, I wish I knew these people before, because then I would have had stronger alliances, because I just couldn't compete with the Matthew knowing Kareem and Ryan like pretty well before this.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, what are you gonna do?
Did you have a strategy coming in today?
Yeah, my strategy was, I said this at the beginning, I was like, I'm not gonna really let on how much of a physical competitor I really am. And like in the first few challenges, and when we were in teams, people were like, I can do this, and I knew I could do it, but I wasn't gonna say that. So I wasn't really like pegged as like a really physical threat until like my back was against the wall and I needed to be a physical threat. But at that point it was too late. I was already screwed. They pegged me as someone who's untrustworthy when I was really trustworthy to the people that were trustworthy to me. So I played exactly how I wanted to play. I didn't have to compromise like any morals or anything. I never made a deal with somebody that I broke or really, I really didn't even wrong anybody. Like most of the votes, I just wanted to go with the majority because I didn't want to stand out. I think I might have played my cards a little too early. I should have just, it was to the point where I had an opportunity to coast along and I missed it because I was misinformed by the people I thought I could work with.
So what do you think was your strongest asset during this game?
Probably how well I played, like, whenever there was a big alliance talk, like, in our group, I would always be like, I'll do whatever you do. You say the name. But I knew what I wanted them to say, so I would always, like, drop hints and subtly say things, but I wanted them to be like, let's get this person out, just so, like, I would have deniability in the end.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I didn't make it that far, but, like, I was planning to go far. I didn't think I would make it that far just because I don't know anybody and no one's going to take me over someone else, but I think I played the whole, he's just going to float as far as voting goes. I didn't float as far as, like, competition. I was always, like, trying my hardest and stuff, but, yeah. So I guess, like, going along well.
And to wrap up this interview, if there was one person on this cast that you could drop kick right now with no consequences, who would it be?
Oh, shiza. Probably Taylor. Just because I thought that rule he put on the last round was bullshit. Like, making the middle person go out, he basically forced me to put a time I couldn't do or put 1 second because your boy that got back in wasn't going to put a high time. But it just kind of defeats the purpose of the whole game. The whole game is supposed to be put a time you think you could do your best, to try to get to do it and eliminate somebody. The whole idea of that contest was compromised when the middle person got out. I just think that's bullshit. Personally.
Any other further words?
Well, you know. Fuck.
You're my favorite interview so far. What you know about that? Like, this
Fan
was
favorite.
a lot of fun.
Fan favorite.
Okay, this has been Be Positive, Be Patient, Be Petty with Anna Lanche and Patty Shambra. This was lit. I enjoy your presence. I love when people are bitter. So, that's what I'm here for, is the pettiness. So, thanks for watching. Sorry I'm in this chair right now. Signing out. Wrapping up. Goodbye. I love you guys.